chair of Uyghur Friendship Group, and he is a sponsor. He is a co-chair, and he is also a sponsor of M62. So without much talking, let me give the floor to Sameer. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayum, and bienvenue à tout le monde qui est ici aujourd'hui. Merci d'être ici. Thank you for being here. This is a bit of an intimate gathering, so I'm going to change my message from what I initially was intending on speaking about. I do have to leave in a few moments, but I'm very happy that this gathering is here, that we are together, que nous sommes ici aujourd'hui ensemble. Ça, c'est un très important événement. And why this is important is because we are all plugged in to this issue. We are leaders on the issue in this room. Those of you in this room right now are leaders on these files, be it on Tibet, be it on Hong Kongers, and be it on the Uyghur. You are all leaders on the files, parliamentarians and staff from different parties, right? And so how is it that we need to work together to work on these causes that we're here for today? First off, we need to recognize that what we are doing is not about, it is squarely about the policies of a government, the policies that can be changed. We have to believe firmly that these policies by the government of China can be changed. They will be changed within our lifetime. We can and will see them. We will see them changed through our work and advocacy. That's number one. We have to truly believe that deep in our hearts. Two is that we need to work together, right? Put aside differences. We need to put aside differences on just causes. Whenever we see a good cause, we have to band together and to advance them. Why is that so important? First off, as a principle, comme principe, c'est important. Mais aussi, it's important because of the challenging file we're working on, right? We're working on a very challenging file with a a lot of opposition. We cannot afford to be divided. Those divisions will be exploited. And that's why when I was working on M62, the motion to welcome 10,000 Uyghur in Canada, which was unanimously passed and voted upon by Cabinet and the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. When I advanced that, I did so in partnership, full partnership, with all parliamentarians in each and every party, because I personally recognize that this issue cannot be made into a partisan issue. It's not a win from one team or another. It's a collective issue. On these issues, we need to unite and have this type of organizing method, I would say. That's the only way in which we will get success. And I understand there are egos and there are political families. This is a human dynamic, right? We all have egos. We all belong to political families. And in organizing, grassroots organizing, we know this. There are always egos. We have to do our utmost best in ourselves to tone them down, right? To tone down those tendencies, right? And to give space to others who want to join in the work. Help them, train them, mentor them, so they can stand beside us and at one point hopefully exceed us in what we're doing. We need to be there to do that, to mentor people, number one. It takes time, it takes discipline, it takes care, affection, and it takes work. Those of us involved in political parties, we come from different political families, and that's just fine, right? We have certain degrees of freedom, but we need to utilize those degrees of freedom to work within the principles I would suggest that I mentioned, which is to do our utmost best to put aside our differences, to advance on just causes, and then we can advance, and we will advance. I want to move towards closing on the idea of M62. And as I mentioned earlier, this motion to welcome 10,000 Uyghurs from third countries is a just cause, number one. It was advanced through collective work, working together to make it happen, both civil society and those of us working within the parliament, right? From staff to members. We worked together to make this happen and successful. The government not only voted for it, and parliament not only voted for it, but the government has stated its intent to do it openly, said this is our commitment to Canada, to the world, to Uyghur people to do this. I say that we must continue together to call for this to be done quickly, without delay, and in a fulsome manner. There are many other issues like forced labor. There are many other issues like residential schools, which touch to both Tibetans and Uyghurs. The issue of residential schools was studied, thankfully, in the Subcommittee of International Human Rights just this last, before the summer. I encourage you to see that study and the report from it on this matter. I will leave it at this and want to wish everybody strength and everything that's good, and to continue to be brave as you all are, and to struggle to do your utmost best in the most savvy and smart way to advance these just causes. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.